Hello everybody. Once again, we will discuss the confusion matrix with more emphasis on some of the parameters. We will start with an example that also synchronizes the previous discussion done in part 1. Let's assume that I have uploaded 100 videos on my YouTube channel SNC distributed under 3 categories. The solution category has 60 videos, the navigation category has 10 videos, and the conclusion category has 30 videos. A two-class problem or binary classification has already been discussed in part 1 with an example of a 2x2 confusion matrix. Now the turn is of part 2. Therefore, we will discuss the confusion matrix of size 3x3. A 3x3 confusion matrix is used to assess the performance of the multi-class classification task having 3 classes only. But we will discuss generically so that the multi-class problems having more than 3 classes can also be understood. For our video classification task, assume a video classifier model gives the shown confusion matrix. So this is our 3x3 confusion matrix. In this confusion matrix, rows represent the actual categories, while columns represent the predicted categories. The vice versa order can also be used, but the position of elements changes accordingly. Before calculating the related performance parameters, we will understand the confusion matrix elements. The positions or locations of generic elements of the 2x2 confusion matrix remain fixed. In contrast, the generic elements in a confusion matrix larger than 2x2 vary with the class of interest. Since we have to classify 3 categories of videos, for example, solution, navigation, and conclusion, the corresponding 3x3 confusion matrix has 9 elements. So these are 9 elements. These elements are named by using 4 literals. H and B represents the number of classified videos, while the first and second suffix represents the predicted and actual classes respectively. According to the desired class, the position or location of generic elements can be explained as shown in the figure. So this is the distribution of generic elements when the desired class is solution, and this is the distribution of generic elements when the desired class is navigation, and this is the distribution of generic elements when the desired class is conclusion. The positive means the desired class and the negative means the non-desired class. True means prediction hits the target and false means prediction misses the target. Keep in mind that we follow that the rows represent the actual class and the columns represent the predicted class. According to the assumed problem, the generic elements can be stated as TP means the classified videos into the desired class actually belong to that class. FP means the classified videos into the desired class actually do not belong to that class. TN means the classified videos that have no connection with the desired class. And FN means the classified videos of the desired class actually not classified into the desired class. Now we will explore the given following parameters for the assumed problem of video category classification. Here, type 1 and type 2 errors are the parameters that are represented by a single type of elements of the confusion matrix. Further, total actual positive TAP, total actual negative TN, total predicted positive TPP, total predicted negative TPN, positive predictive value PPB or known as precision, and negative predictive value NPB are the parameters that are derived using two types of the corresponding elements of the confusion matrix. Moreover, true positive rate TPR, also known as recall or sensitivity, false negative rate FNR, true negative rate TNR, also known as specificity, and false positive rate FPR are also the parameters that are derived using two types of the corresponding elements of the confusion matrix. While F1 score is the only parameter that is calculated using three types of elements of the confusion matrix. Interestingly, both the remaining parameters, that is overall accuracy and kappa coefficient, are the parameters that are derived using all four types of elements of the confusion matrix. Here, a most important thing to note is that except TP, the rest of the generic elements do not represent a single element only, like the 2 cross 2 confusion matrix, but are the sum of all elements of their kind. Therefore, in the formula of the parameters Fp, Tn and Fn represent the sum of all the Fp's, Tn's and Fn's respectively. The first parameter is type 1 error. Type 1 error represents the false positives of the confusion matrix. For example, a male falsely diagnosed as pregnant. In this case, the prediction is positive and the actual case is false. Second parameter is type 2 error. Type 2 error represents the false negatives of the confusion matrix. For example, a pregnant lady falsely diagnosed as impregnant. In this case, the report is negative and the actual case is false. Moreover, TAP and TAN represent the ground truth or the actual number of samples in the categories. So these two parameters represents the actual number of samples in the categories. In contrast, TPP and TPN represent the total predicted samples for the corresponding categories. So these two parameters represent predicted samples in the corresponding categories. The positive predictive value PPV or precision is obtained by using two types of elements TP and FPs. Precision is used to show how often the video classifier classifies an input video as a video of the desired class and it turns out to be correct. The negative predictive value NPV is obtained by using TNs and FNs and it shows how often the video classifier classifies an input video as a video of non-desired class and it turns out to be correct. The true positive rate TPR is obtained by using TP and FNs. So this is the formula of TPR and TPR shows how often the video classifier classifies a video from desired class into that class. 10th parameter is FNR. FNR is obtained by using FNs and TP. And FNR shows how often the video classifier classifies a video from desired class into non-desired class. The 11th parameter is TNR. It is also known as specificity. TNR is obtained by using TNs and FPs. TNR represents how often the video classifier classifies a video from non-desired class into the non-desired class. 12th parameter is FPR, false positive rate. The false positive rate is obtained by using FPs and TNs. And FPR shows how often the video classifier classifies a video from non-desired class into the desired class. The F1 score is obtained by using TP, FPs and FNs. So this is the corresponding formula of F1 score. Also, the corresponding formula of the F1 score has been obtained by calculating the harmonic mean of precision and recall. So this is the corresponding formula of F1 score in terms of precision and recall. Now it's time to explore the derivation of the F1 score as promised in part 1 while discussing on the 2x2 confusion matrix. Which parameter, for example, precision, recall, and F1 score must be observed is the concern of our problem. For example, if we want as minimum as possible type 1 error, type 2 error, or both, we must be concerned about high precision, high recall, and high F1 score respectively. F1 score is also called a balanced F score, derived from weighted F scores, that is F alpha and F beta scores. These are the formula of F alpha and F beta score. Adhering to the nomenclature of F alpha and F beta scores, if we write F1, it may be ambiguous that it is derived from the same value of alpha and beta, that is 1. However, this is true for the beta only. In contrast, the F1 score is obtained from F alpha for alpha is equal to 1 by 2. Hence, being unambiguous, the second symbol is quite better to use in my opinion. Now, we will explore the ranges of values of both alpha and beta for which F alpha and F beta represent the precision, recall and F1 score. Looking at the formula, we find that F alpha converts into the recall, F1 score and precision for the alpha values 0, 1 by 2 and 1. Similarly, F beta converted into precision, F1 score and recall for the beta values 0, 1 and infinite. Hence, the range of alpha and beta will be 0 to 1 and 0 to infinite. In the remaining parameters, the overall classification accuracy can be calculated using all the genetic elements of the confusion matrix, applying the corresponding formula. So this is the formula of overall accuracy. Thus, we get fractional accuracy that can be represented in percentage by multiplying 100. Further, the kappa coefficient is another parameter calculated using all the genetic elements of the confusion matrix. So this is the formula of kappa coefficient in terms of all the confusion matrix elements. Usually, kappa coefficient is considered a more robust parameter than overall accuracy since it considers the incorporation of chance agreement between actual and predicted classes. Now, as I promised in part 1, we will discuss the kappa coefficient in detail. In this order, as we have seen previously, the TP, FP, TN and FN vary according to the desired class. Hence, the question is, how will you assess the overall classification performance? Therefore, two parameters, for example, overall accuracy and kappa coefficient can be calculated globally to assess the overall classification performance. But prior, we will know about the kappa coefficient. Originally, the kappa coefficient had been developed to rate the agreement between raters. Various popular names have been given to it in the literature. For example, Cohen's kappa coefficient, Cohen's kappa score, and kappa statistic. Because being used in rating the agreement, it is also known as inter-rater reliability. So kappa coefficient also known as inter-rater reliability. In the context of classification, it can be said that it measures the agreement between actual and predicted classes. In the classification context, the value of the kappa coefficient ranges from 0 to 1. It is used to rate raters agreement. It can also achieve 0 value, showing complete disagreement between the raters. In our case, we are interested only in classification. Hence, the level of agreement can be classified as shown in the table. So depending on the value of kappa coefficient, you can rate the performance of classification. After discussing all the parameters in detail, now we will observe the overall performance of multi-class classification problem measured by global overall accuracy and global kappa coefficient. For convenience, we will first calculate three variables D, T, and X, where D is the sum of principal diagonal elements and T is the total of all the elements in the confusion matrix, and X is the sum of the products of the sum of rows and columns respectively. After calculating D, T, and X, the global overall accuracy for multi-class classification can be calculated as D upon T, and the global kappa coefficient for multi-class classification can be calculated as D into T minus X upon T into T minus X. Now we will calculate all the parameters considering that the solution category of the videos is the desired class. In this case, navigation and conclusion are considered non-desired categories. Therefore, navigation and conclusion collectively represent a single non-desired category versus the desired category. Considering that the solution is our desired class, the corresponding generic elements are highlighted in the 3x3 confusion matrix. So in this case, TP is 56, TN is 39, FP is 1, FN is 4. Now we will calculate the 15 parameters for this class as discussed above. Considering, have you remembered the formula of these parameters? If you have thoroughly gone through part 1, these must be in your mind. Moreover, all of them are summarized in the above discussed slide. Hence, you may play back the video to see the formula if needed. Otherwise, I'm explaining. Type 1 error is calculated as FP. Type 2 error is calculated as FN. TAP is calculated as TP plus FNs. TAN is calculated as FPs plus TNs. TPP is calculated as TP plus FPs. And TPN is calculated as FNs and TNs. PPV or precision is calculated as TP upon TP plus FV, and NPV is calculated as TN upon TN plus FN. Now calculate the remaining parameters as well. TPR is calculated as TP upon TP plus FN. FNR is calculated as FN upon FN plus TP. TNR is calculated as TN upon TN plus FP, and FPR is calculated as FP upon FP plus TN. 13th parameter is F1 score, which is calculated as 2TP upon 2TP plus FPs plus FNs. Overall accuracy is calculated as the sum of principal diagonal elements divided by the total of all the samples in the classification task, or all this or or the sum of all the elements in the confusion matrix. And kappa coefficient can also be calculated according to the formula. These are the answer for the first 8 parameter. If you have attempted to calculate, then cross check your answers. Otherwise, note down to practice. The answers to the remaining parameter are as follows. Also note down these two to practice. Now we will calculate all the parameters considering that the navigation category of the videos is the desired class. In this case, solution and conclusion are considered non-desired categories. Therefore, solution and conclusion collectively represent a single non-desired category versus the desired category. Considering that the navigation is our desired class, the corresponding generic elements are highlighted in the 3x3 confusion matrix. In this case, TP is 9, TN is 87, FP is 3, and FN is 1. Now we will calculate the 15 parameters for this class as discussed above. Similarly, type 1 error represents false positives FP. Type 2 error represents FNs. TAP calculated as TP plus FNs. TAN is calculated as FP plus TNs. TPP is calculated as TP plus FPs. TPN is calculated as FNs plus TNs. PPB or precision calculated as TP upon TP plus FP, and NPB is calculated as TN upon TN plus FN. Now calculate the remaining parameters as well. TPR is calculated as TP upon TP plus FN. FNR is calculated as FN upon FN plus TP. TNR is calculated as TN upon TN plus FP. And FPR is calculated as FP upon FP plus TN. The 13th parameter is F1 score, and it is calculated as 2TP upon 2TP plus FP plus FN. Overall accuracy is calculated as the sum of principal diagonal elements divided by the sum of all the elements in the confusion matrix. The kappa coefficient can also be calculated accordingly. These answers are being given to you to cross-check your calculations of the first 8 parameters. If not tried to solve these yet, then please note them down for later practice. These are the answers to the remaining 7 parameters. Also note down these two for late practice. Also note down these two for later practice. Now we will calculate all the parameters considering that the conclusion category of the videos is the desired class. In this case, solution and navigation are considered non-desired category. Therefore, solution and navigation collectively represent a single non-desired category versus the desired category. Considering that the conclusion is our desired class, the corresponding generic elements are highlighted in the 3x3 confusion matrix. In this case, TP is 27, TN is 66, FP is 4, FN is 3. Now we will calculate the 15 parameters for this class as discussed above. Calculate each of these parameters by yourself, pausing the video for a while. Otherwise, I am explaining one by one. So these all are calculated as these all are calculated as by the given formula. Like in the case of solution is desired category or navigation is desired category. Similarly, these can also be calculated according to their formula, and the corresponding values for conclusion is the desired category. These are the answers given to you to cross check your calculations. Please note down these answers for later use for practice. The remaining answers are as follows. Please note down these two for later use. Now, to calculate the global parameters, try to recall the formula or backward the video to see these formula. If you want to try to calculate by yourself, then pause the video. Otherwise, I am explaining. First of all, calculate three variables d, t and x. So as we know, d is the sum of principal diagonal elements and T is the sum of all the elements in the confusion matrix and X is the sum of products of corresponding rows and columns. After calculating D, T and X, the global overall accuracy can be calculated as D upon T and the global kappa coefficient can be calculated as D into T minus X upon T into T minus X. So the global overall accuracy in this case is 0.920. If we want to represent it in the percentage, then multiply by 100 and we get the global overall accuracy as 92% and the global kappa coefficient is 0.855. Thanks for watching my video. If you are impressed with the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And most importantly, stay tuned with us for more videos. Thanks.